Analyst critiques 24-year-old Arsenal player's current lack of pace. In Arsenal's recent 1-0 victory over Everton, Kai Havertz found himself on the bench, while Leandro Trossard's second-half goal secured the win. Since his summer transfer from Chelsea, the German forward has been grappling with a series of challenges, and being relegated to the bench serves as his latest setback. During a discussion with Stadium Astro, former Everton player and pundit Alan Stubbs expressed his view that Havertz appears to be at a stage where he's excessively analysing every aspect of his game. Havertz faced similar struggles at Chelsea last season, raising questions about his current optimal position within the team. The window for patience is limited. As long as Arsenal continues to secure victories, the pressure on Havertz will remain relatively low compared to what it could be in different circumstances. However, when challenging moments arise, and the Gunners need to secure victories by narrow margins, Arsenal supporters will expect Havertz to rise to the occasion. Arsenal invested more than £60 million in acquiring the forward, and the spotlight is now on Havertz to deliver. The longer his struggles persist, the more restless the Arsenal fan base may become. Pundit observes Mikel Arteta's trust in versatile 25-year-old Arsenal player. Trevor Steven, a pundit, believes that Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta, places significant trust in Ben White, even though he often deploys him in a different position than his preferred one. During the match coverage for TalkSport International, as Arsenal secured a 1-0 victory against Everton, Steven made his observations. Arsenal found themselves as the final top 6 team to compete over the weekend, watching as Manchester City, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Brighton all clinched victories on Saturday. This contrasted with the immense pressure they faced at the end of the previous season, although the current circumstances differ significantly. Mikel Arteta has consistently demonstrated his willingness to make bold decisions regarding team selection and tactics. Notably, he entrusted David Raya with the goalkeeper position for his Arsenal debut, replacing Aaron Ramsdale. Furthermore, Arteta has positioned Ben White as a right-back since the beginning of last season, even though it's not his preferred role. Steven sees this as a testament to the manager's trust in the 25-year-old defender, a tactical shift that has proven successful for Arsenal. Speaking about the England international, Steven remarked, "He seems to have earned Mikel Arteta's trust in the right-back role. He's Arteta's preferred choice, and it's worth noting that he initially made a name for himself as a centre-back. It's a commendable attitude to display, not playing in the position you prefer or where you believe you excel, yet he consistently puts in strong performances for Arsenal in the right-back position." Over the past year, Ben White has forged a formidable partnership with Bukayo Saka on the right wing, earning him a spot in the World Cup squad and enhancing his performance in the wider role. At the start of the season, Arteta initially deployed White in his more natural centre-back position, temporarily benching Gabriel Magalhaes. However, injuries have compelled the Spanish coach to revert to the lineup that proved highly successful last season. White has become one of the most dependable players in the team, earning praise from his manager in recent times. It's no surprise that Arteta and Edu Gaspar are considering a new contract for him, as he is among the next players in line for an extension. Ramsdale has consistently impressed for Arsenal since his £30 million transfer from Bournemouth in 2021. The 25-year-old quickly rose to become Arsenal's first-choice goalkeeper as Bernd Leno saw a decline in his position within the squad. However, Ramsdale now faces competition for his place in the team, and it will be fascinating to see if Arteta continues with Raya in the upcoming matches. Arsenal is set to begin their Champions League campaign on Wednesday, followed by a significant showdown against Tottenham on Sunday. Arteta's decision to make changes in the goalkeeping department may appear somewhat risky. Nevertheless, Arsenal now possesses 2 high-quality goalkeepers, adding an element of intrigue regarding Arteta's choice for the role. Gary Neville acknowledges Martin Odegaard's continuous improvement at Arsenal. Gary Neville has openly admitted that with each viewing of Arsenal's captain, Martin Odegaard, he witnesses a player who keeps raising his level. On the Gary Neville podcast, the Sky Sports pundit expressed his deep admiration for the Norwegian international. Mikel Arteta surely yearned to break the spell of disappointing Arsenal visits to Goodison Park. A splendid Leandro Trossard strike secured the Gunners their first away victory against Everton in 6 years. Arsenal dominated the proceedings, and new goalkeeper David Raya faced minimal challenges during his debut. While Trossard grabbed the headlines, Martin Odegaard once again displayed his trademark elegance on the pitch. The 24-year-old exhibits exceptional talent and will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in the club's Premier League and Champions League campaigns. Neville readily acknowledges that Odegaard's performances for Arsenal continue to evolve. It's no surprise that the club is actively working on securing him a new contract. Neville attests to Odegaard's continuous improvement with Arsenal. Speaking about the Norwegian captain, Neville remarked, "There's one thing I want to mention about Arsenal, and it's about Martin Odegaard. And it takes quite a lot for me to say this, when you think of the most graceful football players we've witnessed in the last 7 or 8 years in the Premier League, I always think of David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne as players who epitomise how football should be played. And Odegaard, I'm not claiming he's reached the level of David Silva or Kevin De Bruyne just yet. I think there's still a way to go in his career. However, he's reaching a point where, when I watch him play now, it's incredibly smooth and silky. He's always been a talented player, but now we're discussing something beyond mere talent. This is genuine class. He's entering the echelons of players like that. I believe if you asked Pep Guardiola to select one player from this Arsenal team, he'd choose him in a heartbeat. Every time I watch him, he keeps getting better and better." Many Arsenal fans share Neville's view that Odegaard continues to elevate his game under Mikel Arteta. The Spanish coach has established a reputation for bringing out the best in his young talents, making Arsenal an enticing destination for players. At the same age as Odegaard, Declan Rice could potentially experience a similar transformation under Arteta, which would solidify Arsenal's midfield as one of the finest in global football. Arsenal's 28-year-old player impresses as a class act in Everton clash. Arsenal's goalkeeper, David Raya, had a memorable competitive debut at Goodison Park against Everton. Commentating on the match for TalkSport, Trevor Steven was thoroughly impressed with the Spanish international's performance. In the lead-up to the match, there was much discussion about the significant decision made by manager Mikel Arteta. He introduced David Raya to the starting lineup, replacing Aaron Ramsdale, following their victory over Manchester United. During the international break, there were speculations that a change might be made in the goalkeeping position. It's worth noting that the English international Ramsdale had not performed poorly in the early season matches. His form even earned him a start for the Three Lions against Scotland earlier in the week. However, Raya was entrusted with the role for Arsenal against Everton, and he justified Arteta's faith in him. The Toffees struggled to genuinely challenge the goalkeeper, but Raya's composure with the ball at his feet was particularly notable. This skill aligns with the emphasis on possession that Mikel Arteta places on his team's playing style. Raya shines for Arsenal against Everton. Speaking about the 28-year-old on loan, Steven remarked, "He's been quite impressive, hasn't he? He exudes class. He hasn't shown any signs of nerves, he's really adept with the ball. Although he hasn't been heavily tested, he made a simple save in the first half. In the second half, he didn't have much to do, but what he did, he executed with confidence." Perhaps Aaron Ramsdale is occasionally criticized for being a bit impulsive in his actions. Raya can take pride in his successful debut for Arsenal against Everton. His performance in training leading up to the game likely played a role in convincing Arteta to start him. All eyes will be on the Arsenal lineup when they face PSV Eindhoven on Wednesday. Both goalkeepers, Raya and Ramsdale, will be eager to make their Champions League debuts for the Gunners. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel Football Fever. Stay tuned for more Arsenal news and Arsenal transfer news.